In a world where social media is so prevalent, it can be hard as a creative not to compare yourselves to others in a negative way. Now, I will say that I do think comparison can be beneficial sometimes because it can give us new ideas or new perspective on how we can become better. But when it's taken too far, when it goes into a very perfectionist mindset, that's where comparison can stifle creativity. I recently dealt with this. I compared myself to too many people, I was taking perfectionism way too far, and I started to deal with what's known as the Imposter Syndrome. Imposter Syndrome is when somebody doubts their accomplishments, their skills, their abilities, and they have this internal fear of being a fraud or this internal fear of not being good enough. I could sit here and talk about perfectionism for hours, and this isn't to say that I don't care about all the other projects that I work on, but for this particular one, I was really being a perfectionist. We shot the video, had a great time on the shoot, was very confident going into the edit, but when I got into the edit, that's kind of where the perfectionist mindset came into play, and I was like, I need to make this edit as perfect as possible. And I think because of that, that almost stifled my skills and abilities and all that stuff because I was just worrying too much about trying to perfect everything. And while I was doing that, I was comparing what I was doing to other directors, and that obviously did not help whatsoever, and that just kind of spiraled into a lot of self-doubt while I was, working on this project. So here I was dealing with the imposter syndrome while trying to finish up this project, and what really helped me out with, this self-doubt, this fraudulent feeling, was just talking to peers, and not talking in a way to get affirmation that you are good at what you do, but talking to your peers on a level where you're just telling them how you feel, and maybe asking if they've ever dealt with this, or if they have any advice when it comes to this. And most of the time, in the creative field, a lot of us have dealt with this before. It definitely gave me a new perspective, and having that new perspective gave me the ability to take a look at the big picture and figure out why I was feeling the way I was. What was making me feel like this? The biggest thing that I took away from this experience is that I just need to focus on myself and continue to focus on specific areas that I can improve on. Try not to compare myself too much, or try not to be too much of a perfectionist with certain things, because at the end of the day, that can be negative and can stifle creativity. I feel so awkward trying to end this video right now, because I think it just needs to end. It just needs to have it end itself, tell the story, like a movie, I'm sitting here thinking, well, what would they do at the end of a movie? They're not gonna sit on camera at the end of the movie after the credits or even before the credits and be like, thanks for watching, buy another ticket to come see the movie, or buy it when it comes out on DVD. Do DVDs even exist? Blu-ray, Netflix, Hulu. They don't. They just end the movie. They're like, it's done. So I don't need to, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to piece it together in the edit. Let the edit tell it the story. Tell the story in the edit. There you go. I don't even know why I'm still sitting here. I'm over this.